The obvious question, are we going to see Kari Lake on the ballot again?
Kari Lake goes on Huckabee. Welcome, I'm Doug in Exile. This is where you belong. Everyone basically ignores what Kari Lake tells them, that she's not going to be VP or she's not going to run again or whatever. And everyone's just like, yeah. Okay, so what else are you going to run for? Here's Huckabee.
Regardless of how this court challenge comes out?
Well, my number one priority is to see this court challenge through.
You see the court challenge through. What people are saying is they don't want to rely on the courts to decide Kari Lake's future. And I think that's a real good instinct. But Kari Lake isn't having any of it.
I believe, I pray to God.
Ding.
My opponent is in charge of the election. I mean, that's kind of crazy, right? And I just had this feeling, an uneasy feeling, and I said, God, it's all about you.
This is good theology, by the way, that it is all about God. In the end, it doesn't matter what happens to us. We pray, we hope, we work. But in the end, if it's not for God, who cares? He
put me in this position, this fantastical journey he put me on. And I said, whatever has to happen. If it has to go one way or another, I know that I'm putting my life in your hand. This is all in your hands.
When you see that God holds the whole world and all of fate in his hands, then suddenly, no matter what happens, you get your priorities straight. God doesn't always give you what you want. He's not our servant. We're his servant.
We'll take it all the way to the Supreme Court and we'll see what happens. I don't want to start looking at plan B, because once you take your focus off what's important, then you don't have all of your energy going into that. So I'm going to see this through and we'll see what happens. But
this is actually a tactic of very effective people, is you have to stay on task and not get distracted on a bunch of other stuff. This is actually really good management.
We have a movement in Arizona. This was not some forced thing. This was moms and dads. I called them my mama bears and papa bears and students and grandma bears. And they came out and said, we want to change in Arizona. And that movement is still as strong and powerful today as it was on November 8th. And so we're going to do what we have to do, but we're not letting it go.
If you're still just as strong as you were, give us a thumbs up, leave a comment below that you're still supporting. I'm just curious, if you're still in the game, are you still in it? Let us know. That's the conclusion. We're not letting it go. Here's Huckabee.
I have a feeling we are not seeing the last of Kari Lake, and she'll be a spokesperson for the cause that we need in this country.
The true conclusion is she's not going away. You just can tell by her drive that she's not going anywhere. I'm Doug in Exile.